Hey, it's Quadster here. I had an original take, but as my mind tends to wander from thought to thought, it was completely unorganized, so I'm doing a second take here. Stardust and Barbarossa, Girl Writes What, Voice for Men, they've basically covered the main issues of men going their own way movement, MGTOW, and men's right movement. So I'm going to take a little bit of a different direction, and I'd like to deal with men's depression. It's something that I don't think is dealt with quite often enough, and the resources for depression typically deal with females. If you look at statistics, statistically speaking, it's said that women suffer from depression far more than men. However, men commit suicide at a greater percentage rate. I think that's misleading. I think that men suffer at an equal, if not greater, rate of depression without realizing that they're actually suffering or being ashamed to seek help. As we believe that we're supposed to be tough and able to deal with anything. Depression still has the stigma around of it as a mental weakness, weakness of character, and that you should just look on the bright side and get up and get over it. There's very few people who haven't experienced those depths of despair that can truly sympathize with someone suffering in that light. And I have experienced those depths of despair, and I'm currently experiencing those depths of despair. So I am, basically for my own relief and to see what other guys are out there that are, possibly dealing with things, to give them a voice, to let them know that they're not alone out there suffering. Currently, I'm going through a program. It's a research program where I had to get off the antidepressant I was taking. It was an antidepressant I was on for 7 years, and I have to be off it for 10 days and go through cognitive therapy. So it's day 7 now, and it's been, a little bit of a rough ride. I probably switch moods every 15 minutes, half hour or so. So dealing with that and a full-time job and the responsibilities that come with being an adult, it's quite difficult at times. But I'm just, using my voice here because I find it therapeutic for myself. And hopefully there's other guys in the men's right movement that, find it helpful as well. I'd like to talk about triggers for depression, and the depression does relate to the men's movement in the sense that I know for myself and a lot of other men that the number 1 or 2 or at least top 3 trigger for them is failed relationships with women, and believing into the fairy tale that women are sugar and spice and everything nice as long as you treat them well and give them what they want. I learned the hard way that one's not true, and still suffering some of the effects of it, but I am gradually coming to terms with it. Another trigger for me is I grew up in a strong Christian home, kind of a bubble, and my belief in God. And now I find myself researching atheism, or even just really questioning the existence of God and what's in the Bible. And it's quite disillusioning to all of a sudden question something you've believed your entire life because you grew up from it the minute you were born. So I can relate to guys who had to question, certain things that they once believed as absolutes, and now they're lost and wondering, where do I go from here? What are my beliefs? At the same time, it is kind of a gift, because I would say most people don't get to a point where they really sit down and question why they believe the things they do, or what their true values are, or, you know, if they believe a relationship is right for them, or if the religion they picked is right for them, or if religions are proper at all. So it's good in that light, and I'm starting to meet other guys through the movement that have sent me messages. I appreciate the messages, by the way, and just letting me know that I'm speaking about things that they think about as well. So it's nice to know that there's some comradeship out there where I can, bring up things that aren't just exclusive to my thoughts, because I'd like it to be things that other guys are dealing with in their lives as well. So as I said, my main approach for now in my videos is going to deal with male depression, things like the stigma around it, getting over it, what treatments are effective, which I'm going to research, and just give insight on personal experience I'm going through. I've done cognitive therapy, the books, on my own. I found some effectiveness. I've been through psychotherapy with a variety of therapists, and I've really found that not only do most therapists not understand depression, or depression in men, maybe, to put it, that they, because I hear things from them that I would hear from someone else who doesn't understand depression, like just snap out of it, or just, look on the bright side. And when you're that ill, the one thing you rely on for that rational thought, your brain, when it's ill, that is, an absolutely idiotic statement to make, because none of us would like to be depressed. We would like to be happy. Maybe there are a few individuals, a small percentage, that get some dramatic effect, some payoff from being depressed and having everyone around them worry about them and look after them, and the attention they get from it. But I believe by and large that people suffering from depression, it is something that they, to choose to be in those depths of despair. And nobody would choose that. The pain is unbelievable at times, and I relate to other men going through it. So that's basically my starter video on this topic. As time goes by and more thoughts and opinions come to my mind, I'm going to throw up another video. It could be every couple days or maybe every week. So if it's something you find interesting, feel free to send me messages. If there's a topic you'd like me to touch on further, let me know, and throw it up on here and spit it out and see what kind of a response and discussion we can get going. All right. Thanks, guys.